All right, so we're going to discuss the six biggest mistakes made by newbie digital marketers. All right, so this is by the Drum Network, by Tom Wellborn. All right, so there we go. So digital marketing is an ever-changing world with new platforms and algorithms constantly shifting the goalposts. Tom Wellborn, founder and director at agency The Good Marketer, tells us how to avoid rookie mistakes. All right, the constantly shifting digital marketing landscape is exciting and full of opportunities, but this presents room to make costly mistakes, from underestimating the importance of search engine optimization to lacking clarity about social media marketing goals. Gaps in your marketing plan can make otherwise promising strategies fall at the first hurdle. To avoid making mistakes, the key is knowledge. So, they've compiled the six biggest mistakes that newbie digital marketers make to equip you with the knowledge of what to avoid and how to do things the right way. So, no clarity on audience. Um, think you know who your audience is. It's time to rethink your assumption and get more specific. Most people think most people have an idea of who their audience is, but this is useless if you don't clearly define their age, gender, and interest, as well as broad audience category. So basically, that is like who's your avatar, who's your target customer. You need to create an avatar of your customer so that you have an idea of so that your targeting is on point. Because so let's say your audience is um, a 60-year-old pensioner who's into um, cats or knitting. You cannot be pushing an ebook on goldfish or what's it called, succulents to them. Uh, I mean, there might be a cross section within that demographic, but you kind of need to zone in on your audience. And how do you do that? You could start testing by you could either test or you could get a proven audience list. You could do like Facebook ads. I do the Facebook ads and also list buying lists, email lists, and then retargeting. But that's more advanced techniques. All right, so here we go. Here's an example. For example, a mortgage provider will have multiple audiences for first-time buyers looking for their first mortgage to more mature homeowners who've had mortgages before but are looking for a new agreement. So here we go. Use analytics tools like Google Analytics to find out who your audience really is rather than who you think they are. All right. So you create a website, you're not sure who your audience is. Make sure you have Google Analytics installed, and also I'd highly suggest Google Search Console so that you can find out what keywords people are searching for and how they find your website organically. All right. So we have number two is lack of clear goals. So you won't get to where you're going if you don't know exactly where that is. So clear goals give you a clear destination and help to map where you need to hit along the way. So if you establish that you want to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can break this down into what you need to achieve month on month to achieve that overall goal. Digital marketers use the SMART, SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goal framework to create well-defined growth goals that will give a direction to take and the basis to measure your campaign success. All right. So, for example, you could, for example, I'll just use a Facebook example. Your goal could be audience, brand awareness. So Facebook actually makes it easier. So you have brand awareness, you have traffic, you have conversion, video views, etc. What is your goal? So for Instagram, your goal will be followers. For Facebook, you could do conversion, audience growth, brand awareness, and also conversion. You could actually to track sales. All right. So you need to know the goals for per platform. For example, you have a blog and you wanna. What is your goal for the blog? Do you want to use it as a lead magnet? Do you want it to capture name, email address, phone number, that type of stuff, or do you want it to generate AdSense revenue? So with the goal in mind, you could start building from the end to the top. All right. So number three is setting unrealistic goals. Perhaps the most important aspect of the SMART goals is the achievable aspect. Having clear goals is important, but you'll always end up falling short if your goals aren't realistic. So if you currently have 500 followers, setting a goal to gain 10,000 followers organically in 6 months is always going to leave you disappointed and feeling like you failed. To ensure your goals are realistic, evaluate based on past experience, do some research about similar businesses, or speak to other people in your industry about what could be achievable. All right, so for example, if you're not using if you don't have a blueprint on how to grow your audience on Instagram, Instagram is just an example, the 10,000 followers. So there are hacks to beat that. There are ways to get across that. For example, if you promote viral content or you promote content in a particular niche, then which is trending, sorry, a trending niche, then you're likely to spike up your followers quickly, right? Number four, ignoring SEO. Everyone loves an aesthetically pleasing website, but how many people prioritize SEO when building their website? On the contrary, what I would say to that is, yeah, a lot of people they just forget about SEO. They just want the site to be beautiful, and a lot of my clients, and when you mention the SEO aspect, they don't want that additional cost, but it's essential. All right, so as this segues right into this paragraph, SEO is an essential digital marketing strategy used to increase the online brand visibility on search engine result pages. SERPs. When someone searches a keyword related to your business, SEO improves the likelihood of making it to the top of these results. So, um, when someone searches a keyword related to your business, so that's where the Google Search Console comes in to tie it in. All right. All right. Cool. So when you read digital marketers say about SEO, they can mistake that the acronym as something too technical for your average marketer, but they'd be wrong. SEO is something that even a beginner can do comfortably when equipped with the right knowledge. All right. Overlooking quality content. Number five. You've heard it over and over and will continue to. Content is king. Your marketing strategy is nothing if you haven't taken time to create quality content that works for your audience. So ultimately, your digital marketing strategy will succeed if your content can provide value to your audience. Whether you're solving a problem or providing valuable insight, take time to reflect on how your content conveys value. So, and that's where your target audience comes in, who your ideal audience is. So you need to make quality content for your ideal audience. For example, someone in the let's say for example, one of my recent examples, someone in the spa business. If you want to target spa owners to maybe upsell a product later down the line through an email drip campaign, then you may want to get them quality content in the form of a lead magnet, so an ebook telling them how to increase business as a spa, that type of stuff. So they will see value in it. They will enter the name, email address, phone number, or just name an email to get your lead magnet, which is the ebook, and then you follow up with them, not just on the website. So in your follow up, your email marketing follow up and retargeting follow up. So you will be posting content like any new blog posts. Your emails will have relevant content, not necessarily promotional. You could maybe do the promotional after 7 emails or so, heavy promotional that is. But you could just be providing quality content in the email series. All right. So number six, lack of recorded strategy. Often newbie marketers have a strategy in mind for how to reach their goal, but leave it undocumented and not fully developed. Undocumented, that's a key thing because once you document your strategy, segue to that, that's the same thing that applies to Forex and trading. You need to document what you're doing so that you have how do you call it, a map. Uh, so you have an idea of what works, what doesn't work. So a written strategy gives you a clear outline of how to grow your brand or business, and how to leverage your USP, your USPs to achieve your vision of success. So the USPs, that's your unique selling points. So to end, being a digital marketer is a learning curve. The mistakes will probably be plenty. So the best you can do is equip yourself with a solid framework that provides a path to follow. The best marketers are able to use the same process of goal setting, strategizing, and implementation, no matter the project. Once you get grips with how these stages can benefit you and your work, the world is your oyster. So that's basically straight to the point. And I agree with most, if not all of us being said. Just simple, straightforward. But there's so many mistakes made by newbie digital marketers. I think one of the mistakes is, and I think it should have been mentioned, is thinking that it's easy. Uh, the assumption that since everyone is doing it and they could create an agency is just easy. No, it may be simple but not easy. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of effort involved. So each of these steps, creating your audience takes time. Clear goals, send out your goals and everything. SEO takes time. You know, it's now one of the reasons why newbies avoid, they can mistake the acronym SEO, search engine optimization, as something too technical, is because there are layers to it. So even though they're saying SEO is something that even a beginner can do comfortably when equipped with the right knowledge, so sure, so stuff that can be used, Yoast SEO. You know, there are different tools that can be used to monitor your. But the SEO ties in with content, quality of content. All right, that's on-site SEO. What's your keyword density? Uh, how relevant is your keyword to your target audience, and that would affect how you rank in the search engines. But there are tools. I'll drop some in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. But there are tools that can really help with the SEO because there's two aspects to SEO as well. There's on-site SEO, off-site SEO. The off-site SEO consists of the link building, etc. Guest post blogging, backlinks, syndication, um, and we'll talk about syndication in a bit, but yeah, in another video. But that's it for now. So these are the six biggest mistakes made by newbie digital marketers, and guys, just be aware of those. And yeah, you get a link to the article in the description, and you'll find a link to some of the tools that help with digital marketing. All right, bye for now.